You requested a tutorial video for my futuristic fantasy nether portal build, and today you're going to get it. Hi there, my name is Marky Sparky, and before we start, please leave a like if you enjoy the video and consider subscribing to the channel. So here we are in my test world where I designed the build, and as you can see it is not finished. It was supposed to continue here into a giant futuristic city, but well, sadly the server where I put the whole build on ended. The series ended before we got to that. So how do we start? I think we will start from bottom upwards because, well, anything up here is kind of improvised anyway, but I will show you what I did so you can follow along. Okay, first of all, we are going to need white concrete because everything down here is made of white concrete. And I think we're going to start with the pillars. First of all, maybe find a nice place where you want the bridge to start. You can either have it hovering over the ground as I did here, or you can just have it start somewhere. Let's maybe have it start here. So for the path you need a 5 wide white concrete like lane and that is going to be the base for everything. And then you have kind of the railing, one up to the side and one over here. So it is 7 wide in total, and on top here will be all the grass, the moss and the path. And you will continue this as long as you like into that direction until you reach this island kind of structure with the actual portal on. And now to the pillars. Those are made very simply by having a cross design in the center here. So the center block, find the center block and have a cross like this, and that is essentially the pillar. Now build that up until it reaches the layer up here, the path layer. And that is basically it. Now the distance between those pillars is 10 blocks. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5 times 2, 10. So in a distance of 10 blocks you will build the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we will have the next one. And build out your bridge. Now you do that while I use some, well, world edit features to save me the time. Okay, I think this is far enough out so we can build this circle structure here in peace without interfering with the original one. Obviously what you want to do is continue the pillars down to the seafloor so it all looks structurally sound. But just for the sake of showing it, I've done it for one. And what I actually like to do, I hope it's not too dark down here. What I like to do is, if something like that happens where the concrete hits the sand, that doesn't look like it's very stable, right? Just remove those blocks until there's a block before that. So it looks like it's actually going down into the ground. Well, obviously we have to do the same thing for the center one here. And for that, you can see that on these two sides, so follow it down. Okay, do that for all the pillars. Well, now we get to the circle part. As you can see, it is a distance of 5 blocks from the last pillar of the bridge until the circle structure here starts. And well, for the lower part here it's actually 6. So we are going to extend our bridge 6 blocks and then we're going to start with the circle. So here we have the same thing. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the upper part starts and 6 to the lower part. I think that was a bit fast. So go to the pillar here. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And the 7th block is the first one that sticks out. And for the row above, it's the 6th block that is sticking out. And now we're going to copy that circle. So there's 1, then you're going to go 2 out, 2 out, 1 out, 1 out, 1 out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay, now we're going to continue with this last block. Add another one in that direction and another one, and that one goes out. So it's 2 and then 2 again. And then the next row is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a look at the shape. Oh, okay. Better from above maybe. Take a look at the shape and count the blocks. we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then you're going to copy that half circle over to the other side. Okay, and if you made no mistake, you will end up with a 7 long piece here at the end again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, that's the basic circle stuff that you can build, right? For the circle above, I basically followed the exact same thing. Just instead of a 7 wide, well, I'd like to say corner piece, but it's a circle. So these longer parts here on those 4 sides, instead of them being 7, they are 9 long. So basically what we already have right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we do exactly the same thing. Just build out, follow the outline actually. That's maybe the easiest to explain that. And there you have it. Now you want to fill in the whole layer down here. Just like that. And let's put the pillars below. So for that, what you want to do is go to the corners where you find these 2 single corner blocks here. So you see there are 2 in the same row and there as well, but these 2 are 2 single blocks. And what we want to do is go to the center of that and go inwards. 1, 2, and the third one is where the pillar is going to go. This one, and then just make a cross again, just like this. I'm too low down. Just like this. And do this for all the corners. Okay, now you should have something like that. Well, now you can remove those blocks if you placed those to find the right spots for, well, the pillars. And now, well, as with every pillar, continue them down until you reach the seafloor. Just like that. And now we can get on to the whole decoration part. By the way, that's funny. I pasted in the grass. All the way to over there, that's funny. Okay, now for the portal bit. You're going to need to find the center block of your circle. The portal itself is 5 wide and 7 tall, so the frame needs to be 7 wide and 9 tall. Okay, this seems to be the center block, so here we put the first obsidian, and again it needs to be 7 wide, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Symmetrical around the center point, obviously, and 9 tall. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And yeah, fill everything in. Before we build the structure around the portal though, I suggest put in all the path and the floor, basically, all the moss and stuff, and then you can build up from there. So what I did, I filled everything with dirt. I'm not going to do the whole thing. You can do that. I'm maybe going to start here, fill everything up with dirt, then put the path blocks in and then turn everything else into moss and grass. Okay, next step, we are going to lay down the path blocks. And for that I just went ahead and did something like that, so it's not too uniform. You don't need a path going through that just fills everything in. I don't think that looks good. Just do something like that. Yeah, just leave some spaces in between the path blocks here. And I'm going to continue that all the way towards the, well, portal here. Something like that. Because here we're going to go into the portal. And then I have a path that leads in a circle around and also connects to the backside. And make sure to leave a space between the path and the obsidian of 3 blocks at least, because, well, you're going to need some space for the portal structure and maybe some bushes around and stuff like that. But with that, just go nuts, build a path all the way around. Something like that should do. Okay, and now for the fun part, turning all the other bits into moss. Now the good thing is, as you can see, neither the path block nor the white concrete are going to get turned. So you can just go and do that until everything is nice and green. Okay, first part done. What I actually like to do is replace a few of the moss blocks with regular grass, because I think the color variation there just adds to the whole thing and it's a bit more texture. And yeah, remove some of the grass, that's a little too much here. But from this point on, it's simply up to your preference. You don't need to add the grass. If you like to do it, do it. Now don't forget to do the same thing over at the path or the bridge section. And yeah, something like that. Just go crazy, do whatever you like. Now we're going to add in the, well, portal bit here. And I would recommend build this out of dirt or wool or anything. But the blocks that you're going to use in the end, because you see there's this nice little gradient here from andesite, white concrete, calcite, wool and even snow blocks at the top. And if you want to build it like that, it's going to be difficult. Build the shape first and then replace it with the gradient stuff that you want to have. Just as a reference, I copied the structure over here and removed all the bushy bits around, so you can see what it actually looks like. And if you like, you can just copy what you see here, but we're going to do a block by block thing in a second. Just have a look from the other side as well. So as you can see, I made it a bit different here on the back side, just to give it more depth. You can see actually that, yeah, it looks different from the other side. Yeah? Okay, we're going to start with the front. Clean out any additional stuff around here that might get in the way. We're going to add bushes and stuff here after we build the structure. Anyway, so we're going to start with placing one block here, so right before the corner here, and then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to go one in and do the same thing on the other side. Now take the 4 blocks here in the center and extend them outwards, both sides. Now we're going to add blocks on top. Here, on top of this central line of dirt, we're going to add 1, 2, and next to it we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. On the other side we're going to add 1 here and 1, 2, 3 here. And as you see, that already starts to incorporate the asymmetric shape that we are going to have. Okay, back to the left side here. On the second block from the top, we're going to start adding 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks. And on the other side, we're going to start one lower and adding 1, 2, 3 more blocks. And from here, it's kind of easy. You just extend the shape that you already have one block further into this direction and then just copy it. Here you see we go one out, then we extend this, we extend the 3 here, then we extend these 2 there, these 2 here, and then add 2 on top. Same thing for the other side, just copy the shape, moving one in that direction and one further away from the obsidian blocks. And I suggest filling everything in so you don't get any mobs in there. That's it. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now we've done the same thing on the other side and we see we have an obsidian block sticking out. Just replace it with dirt. You don't need the corner blocks of the portal anyway. And now it's nice and hidden. What I would also recommend doing is not filling everything completely. Remove a few blocks up here and you will see the difference later. As you can see there, we have the depth in there, right? Also on the other side. That just looks a bit better. Okay, now we're going to do the back of the build. Start on that block again, copying what you did on the other side of the portal. Place it here, but this time go 2 up. And then on the next layer, you also add 2 here. And then 1 in again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do that for both sides. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now we're going to make that chunky again by copying it over, and the same thing on the other side. So you have something like this. Now these corners look weird, right? We don't want that. So add that in again. I hope I'm not all over the place with this build. I hope you can follow me. But now it should look something like that. Now we only need the upper portion here. Okay, for this we are going to go to the inner block here. We add 1 here and then 1, 2, 1 to the center. So we copy essentially what is going on here again. And here we're going to do 1, 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, copying what is going on here. And that is basically the shape. Now we're going to replace it with the blocks that we actually want. So as you can see, down here we have diorite, then as the next layer we have white concrete. Then we're going to go with calcite, and then up here, well, we mix it up a bit, you will see in a second. But the next one would be the wool, and the top block, the snow block. And that's all 5 blocks you need. And now you can go crazy. And for this part, it is very important to, well, note that this is not a one-to-one thing that I'm creating over here. Because, well, I just replace the blocks, and if it doesn't look nice, I change things until I end up with something I like, which is the thing over there. But, well, for the blocks down here, we're going to replace them with diorite. And then maybe 1 up as well. Replace those 2. Maybe this one here, and then maybe also the 2 here on the side. 1 more over here, maybe. Go over here, replace the 2 low blocks. Maybe this one over here. And as you can see, I am definitely improvising this. Then for the next layer, we're going to go with white concrete and take a look over here. Now, this time we're going to go a bit higher up. So maybe something like 3, 4, 5, 6, up to the 6th block from below. So to this layer, we're going to replace everything with white concrete. And a few of the white concrete blocks are then again going to be replaced with something else to create a nice layering of all the block textures that we want. Okay, now for the calcite. Yeah. Just start a bit lower, replace a few of the white concrete blocks and move your way up, like maybe 3 or 4 blocks with this. So we're going to go and replace that one, that one, that one, that one. The 2 out here, maybe this one. Let's replace this one. Maybe something like that. And if you feel like you have a edge that doesn't look good, I don't like this one, so I just replace one over here maybe. That's not good, that's too low. Maybe this one then. Place that back. Yeah, that looks better. Now I don't like this. So you see, that's how I go about it. And then I change around until, yeah, that's nice. Now I like this one. I change things until I like them. That's basically it. Okay, then we're going to go to the wool. We're just going to fill in a few of the blocks that are now in line and replace them with the wool. Maybe something like that. Then you see, maybe that doesn't look good. Take the calcite again, replace a wool block here. On that side, it's fine. This I don't like, do the same thing maybe. Break it up a bit. Then we're going to go to the snow block. Those are obviously the blocks on top. So we're replacing everything here. And then, yeah, do the same thing again. Replace a few of the... I don't like that. Let's do this and that. That looks better. Maybe this. This one. Something like that. Yeah, and then change things until you're happy. Something like that maybe. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Yep, I'm happy with this. So that's basically it. Just change it until you like it. Okay, now the next step is to put in bushes. For that I just took oak leaves and flowering azalea leaves. You can use jungle leaves if you don't want the colors too differently. I think jungle leaves are the color of the azalea leaves. Oak leaves look different, but I like that actually. But it might be too busy for you. Then just don't do it like that. And what I also did, hopefully I find a spot. Yeah, exactly. I put sea lanterns underneath the moss carpet at some places, so the whole place is nicely lit up in the dark. And now we're going to just add bushes like that in the corners here of the portal structure and just around the path. Again, go crazy. Do as much as you like. You don't have to do it exactly the way I did it. Maybe not like that. Yeah, something like that. Just do something like that all around the whole build. And then maybe to fill up the space here, we're going to go and do something like that. Yeah, that looks nice. Maybe add another one here. And then here we're going to tower up a bit more to give an asymmetrical look compared to what's on the other side. I think that is very important with builds like that. So the bush here looks different than the one on the other side. Okay, now to put some sea lanterns in. I just go where there's moss carpet already anyway. And just put some sea lanterns down below. Maybe don't do it like that, because I don't like it when you see the sea lantern here, because the path block is a bit, well, lower than the moss or the grass. So maybe not that. But yeah, something like here works. And just hide sea lanterns or any other light block, it doesn't matter, underneath the moss carpets. So everything is nicely lit up. Now there are only two things left. You need the light blue stained glass panes all around that border the whole thing. And then we also want to light up the portal, obviously. Okay, so for the glass panes, just follow all the way around. You can do that in the beginning actually, then maybe you have a easier process of putting all the bushes in, because maybe you noticed that I didn't put any leaf blocks on top of the concrete, because I knew that the glass panes were still missing. Okay, now that is done. Let's light the portal and we are done. And that is it. that's the whole build. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it helps you. And I hope you want to copy that and bring that build into your world. And maybe, just maybe, continue to build the whole futuristic city back there and send me some pictures. That would be awesome. As you can see, I started to do something back there, but then I never got to it. Finish my build. And yep, as always, there's only one thing left to say. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.